Chris.
That's good.
Take a look at it. It's my 2 favorite TV shows.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
It took me a minute to catch up with the horse.
I didn't record on this yet. It's all good because that one got that audio. What the fuck is the topic? We never picked.
Yeah, we never picked the topic at all.
All right. So, welcome to DeRailed podcast. This is a very special episode, hence the live action. We only did that one other time. That was for Christmas, and that was just... I didn't really feel like editing a full podcast before on Christmas Eve, so we just did fucking Christmas. But did a live action one. But today is a very special day because we got special guest Chris back, this time in person.
Yeah.
Me and Chris, I've known Chris for like 10 years.
God, yeah.
And I've also known Stuart and Austin for 10 years, and they're actually going to be here tonight as well. I don't know if we're recording one with them. If we are, cool, we'll have 2 episodes like this. If not, I don't know if they're going to want to. I didn't want to force it on them, so we're just doing one beforehand.
Yeah.
Because me and you already talked about doing this. But yeah, we talked about a few things we could talk about. But I think more so, this is just like DeRailed podcast is a special occasion podcast. There are a lot more consistent podcasts on like the Duck Brigade and on Matt's channel. But this is the special, whenever I actually have something I want to do, and I wanted to do this because just, again, the novelty of us both being in the same room.
Right.
Which probably means nothing to anyone but me and you, but it means something to me, so there we go.
Well, it's crazy because we're, like, I think we're the farthest.
We are, like, pretty much the furthest, aren't we?
Yeah. Like, completely 2 different sides of America.
Maybe Zach's further.
Zach?
Because he's, like, right on the line.
Yeah, he's
like diagonally across, you know?
Yeah.
Zach and Will, for that matter.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're the farthest from the coast, though.
Ducks and Zach.
Yeah, Ducks. Does Zach White even watch these?
He's been in some of them. He's also said he's from Florida, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah. I'm a little more careful. I know I say that I'm from California. I don't think I say exactly where, but, you know.
I'm going to put his address in the description.
Do it.
I don't actually know your address. You know mine now.
I sure don't. Because I am not paying attention.
I picked him up. I got him from the airport yesterday. We went on a little airport adventure because I parked and I didn't understand this airport at all because it's huge. It's fucking huge. It's Philadelphia International Airport. Maybe to some people who go to the airport a lot, they're like, that's not a big airport. But for me it was because I've been to one airport and then the one I got dropped off in the Charlotte airport's pretty big. But the one near to me is not big at all. It's really not. But anyway, I got there and I'm like in Terminal A while Chris is all the way in Terminal D.
Right.
And it's just like I'm not fucking reparking. Because that was like a nightmare scenario to me because it was just something I've never done before. Everything turned out fine.
Yeah.
But I've just never done it before, and it took forever to find a spot. So then I was just like, all right, I'm walking.
The thing I love is how both of us were just not prepared. I thought it was just going to be a regular airport with, because I mean,
it really wasn't that bad though. Because I was like, in my head, I was like thinking worst case scenario. We're here for like 2 hours. Chris is delayed. I have no idea what's going on. But instead, the second I got there, you sent me a text saying, "Hey, I just landed."
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's awesome." Okay. And then like it was like 30 minutes of waiting, and then we found each other.
Yeah. So to be fair here, as a person that does travel a lot, no, this airport was confusing. It was really big. A lot of people say LA's is complicated. Mm-hmm. Knock on wood, it's not. Mm-hmm. But this one was complicated. It was it was
like 4 different sections.
Yeah, and a train.
And they weren't they were 4 different buildings, and they weren't all like connected to one another. Maybe they were, but not in a way where maybe like they were if you had like a ticket where there was areas that you could access that I couldn't access. That was just my biggest fear there, and I was just like, what if I accidentally walk somewhere I'm not allowed to be, and then I'm seen as a threat?
Yeah, no, it's funny. The thing is, I think I know we're both recording this, and if it's cool, I can say this. We're both. I actually started vlogging at 2 a.m. originally.
Oh yeah.
And then I made it to Salt Lake City's airport, and I did a quick vlog. And then I made it to here, and I'm like, no, I should have. But
I think there was like a bit. I think what it is like I think what would have been ideal for a video is me and you filming each other when we first met, like where we both have our cameras out and whatnot. But I think that was just kind of like, I feel like reality kind of sunk in for us, where it's just like fuck the video, we're meeting for the first time.
Yeah,
that was a big deal for us, and I think it's just kind of like there's a bit of a shock there when you see someone you've been talking to for so long, and you've only I know what you look like because your videos, and we've done video chat before. But 90% of the times I'm talking to you, it's just voice. But probably like 95% of the time. We used to use webcams a lot. We don't anymore. I think for all the time we've worked on Nelman, it's been voices only.
Yeah.
little mention to that project that gets mentioned all the time with nothing shown.
Yeah, at this point it has to come out, or like...
Yeah, or I'm going to look like a fool.
Yeah, I don't know. It was pretty exciting to actually even see you in person too, though.
And then we had it was a bit of a drive back, but it was
that nice. Was weird though. The parking structure that you had to go out of.
That was weird. I think it was just because that was like the one I entered through was only an entrance. This is the airport episode of Derailed.
I guess yeah.
We should have taken the train.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a little weird though, because I had to like enter a different garage to exit. I was so paranoid because I thought I saw the highway for a second. I thought I was getting ready to get back on the hallway. I was like, wait, no, I gave them my card. And,
yeah.
I put my card in, it gives me my card back right away, but it's like tracking how long I'm there, and how long I'm there, it depends. And I don't know when the next time I'm going to, I guess the next time I'm going to Philadelphia airport is when I drop you off. So it would have been charging me for 5 fucking days then.
I mean, I could also get an Uber if you want. Depends on the time that my plane is.
I think we'll be close enough to where it won't be a big deal, but we'll see what's going on with like Stuart, because I have to drop Stuart off that day. I don't mind getting up early. And flying. Checkout is 11 a.m. at the hotel, so we have to be out of there by then. But yeah, we're going to Too Many Games. We're gonna have our panel, the movie Mackle panel.
I was gonna say the Persona panel.
The Persona 4 panel.
Where we just sit and commentate over our already commentated video.
Because we just did Persona 4 together.
We all dress up as a male student.
Yes. The honorable male student. Me as Stuart and Chris did a full Let's Play of Persona 4 over on the Exploding Duck Brigade, our collaborative channel, and it was fun. It was fun, and it's finally over. And it's not all out. I still have tons of editing to do, but we finally finished recording it. That game took a year for us to record. Granted, it's not like we were hopping on every single week to record it, but I mean, still, it's definitely the longest series we've ever done. Like that's
it's a long game. Yeah. I think it's about like a.
And we lost an episode because of Stuart.
Yeah, no, I know for sure Persona is a long game. It's the reason its length is the reason why I don't ever do an episode on it. I was going to, but I'm like, no.
Shit. So now I'm out of steam. We had a good flow going there.
I mean,
now we need a topic.
Yeah, is it cool if we talk about conventions for a minute? Because you've never been, so like, what is it like to even? Because you're kind of putting yourself out there a lot for the first time to go, because with Too Quiet for Comfort being a thing that you know about. And having strange people over and then going to a convention, like, that's a lot,
It is kind of a lot, but it's exciting. Because I think that I'm justifying this level of excitement by how boring most of my life is. Because most of my life is me sitting in front of a computer. So, honestly, part of me is dreading the drive to Delaware that we're going to be making in an hour, really. It's 12:10, Jesus.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much right after this, we're going to pack up and head out. But, shit. For some reason, I was thinking 2 hours, but no, we have 50 minutes before we're going to pick up Stuart. So, yeah,
So, I also just have a question I want to ask, because this is something that,
But I was going to say, because I was getting to a point. No, I'm sorry, I got off topic. I'm hoping that there'll be some nice scenery. I'm hoping that we're gonna like enjoy the ride, and by the time that we're really fucking tired of it, we'll be almost there. And then Stuart will be there. We'll keep the ride back interesting.
Yeah.
Because like the ride to Philly was a pain in the ass to me, and it was just because, like I said, when I'm driving to unknown territory that I've never been before, and I'm on my own, it just kind of makes me nervous. I wasn't like
Same.
I wasn't. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't like I was having a panic attack in my car, but I was just nervous. My anxiety levels were up. And then, but the ride back with you was like a piece of cake.
Yeah.
Because it was fun. It was fun being in a car with you talking to you for a while.
It was interesting scenery too, because it's nothing like Michigan or California.
Yeah, I like that your comments were. It's something that I didn't even know was like stand out in any way. You just mentioned trees and walls.
Yeah, it's like such a it's interesting, because I mean I've been like Texas, Florida.
I just noticed your shirt is the
Yeah.
Discord. That's what I'm always looking at. So I just gotta look at Chris's nipple, and I can look at what I normally look at when I'm talking to him.
This is actually the luminary thing from.
Oh wait, that's not the same thing.
Yeah, no.
I'm a fucking idiot.
I mean, they look. Oh, as I throw my phone, they look very similar though. So.
Yeah, point it to the camera, or I'll put it on the screen. I should put it.
You might want to put it on the screen because it's just all the
Yeah, you can't really see it that well.
Yeah.
It's fucking luminary.
Yeah.
Luminary.
But no, I do a lot of traveling, so it's interesting to see all these different places.
Yeah.
So can I ask you a question on camera? I'm sorry for like bogarting on this one, but how was it to finally meet somebody and kind of separate the video from the person?
It was. I feel like it just. I feel like it was like like a very surreal moment, like meeting you for the first time. One of the big things was just, to me, you sounded different, but I think it was the mask because now you don't sound different.
I think it's the mask too.
Because we were of course wearing masks at the airport, and really just until we were in my car, we had them on. And then, but yeah, it was just kind of like I was really happy to see you, and. Yeah, I don't know. By the time we were driving in the car, it felt very much like any conversation with you. Like, yeah, it's neat. It's neat to be hanging out with you, but it really didn't feel much different.
Which is good. Which is good.
Yeah,
I was afraid of.
I think it's good too because it says something about the online friendship too, where it's like, I think a friendship like that can be a very good thing.
To be honest, you're very different than you are in your videos. Well, now you're more of the same, but when you started, it was like. Different.
Well, I tried to act like a dickhead in all of my videos.
Yeah, so like I had because like the Discord calls are very chill, but the video you is different, and I was kind of like
Yeah, even on Mac. Okay, so you're not talking about Discord. Okay, I was like thinking like video chat and whatnot. You're talking about videos specifically.
Yeah,
got it. Yeah, because I mean, even in Mac and Zatch, I'm playing it up a bit. I'm like, I'll be ruder in those. I'll be like more blunt in those. Although it's not 100% of the time. A lot of the time, I am just I shouldn't say my laid back self because I'm not the most laid back person, but I'm my normal self, I should say. But yeah, video you. I don't know. I
think I'm very similar.
I think you're pretty similar. I think your sense of humor is the only thing that feels different because you'll be saying stuff. But that's true in Discord calls and all that.
Yeah,
you'll say stuff like to us that you won't say in a video.
Definitely.
That's about as far as I could take it. But you like mannerism wise and like trying to be as polite as possible wise, you are just like you are in your videos.
Yeah, I try. The thing that's really interesting is that like I'm probably willing to tell you more shit than I will ever on video, and I try to be a little more careful.
That's anybody, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't. I mean, unless you are sharing everything on camera, which I mean, if you are willing to be that honest with people, I'm not going to stop you, but be careful, especially if you start bringing other people's names into it. But
yeah, I just can't. I just with the work I do, I can't. So
I've been fans of YouTubers who open up about stuff that most people wouldn't open up about, and I kind of respect the honesty, even though I don't think anyone should ever be obligated to talk about stuff like that. But if they want to, if it's going to make them feel better, they should. It's just make sure you're keeping it to yourself. Don't start leaking information about other people. But they don't do that. The ones I'm thinking of in my head, like YMS, for example. I'm a big fan of him, and he has shared a lot. I mean, I don't. It's not like he has shared every aspect of his life, but he shared a lot of things that people probably wouldn't feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah,
and I appreciate. It's just I don't know. You kind of appreciate the honesty in someone. It makes listening to someone a little bit more interesting when you know they're not like holding shit back.
See, like that's the thing is I don't normally hold shit back in a Discord call with you guys because I don't see the purpose of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because I value you guys' friendship more than I like shit that will never be known.
Yeah,
on the internet. So I might say smaller amounts, but like,
yeah,
it's just I value your friendship more than I value YouTube.
Yeah, of course, but like I've definitely said stuff to you guys that I wouldn't say in videos, and
like your social security numbers now.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool to actually, and I know it sounds like I'm just saying the same thing over and over again, but it's just really cool to.
Yeah.
The cool thing for me is that I didn't know Stuart that well until we did Sonic. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool.
And that's on this channel too now because of the highly edited version. Persona 4 will be on this channel too, but it's going to be a while. Because that's going to be a fucking big ass series to edit. I think I'm doing Amori first because I've already got most of the first part done. So so then you and Stuart, like I feel like you got even more acquainted during Persona 4 because that was a really long one. That was like weekly recordings. So okay, ask me more about conventions, or I'll ask you something about conventions.
Sure, yeah. Actually, if you don't mind, who is besides Chumley who is the I don't know if that's in my vlog or not. Olivia made a joke, and I don't know if that's there. Mm-hmm. Who's the one that you're excited to see? If you are, you're excited to see people.
Well, of course, we do have Chum Lee from Pawn Stars showing up.
Oh hell yeah!
The main man of the event, main man of the hour. I don't know. I mean, the three that strike me as interesting, I guess ABGN too. I'm not as big of a fan, but I like his stuff. Doug Walker is such a meme on my channel, and I used to be genuinely a huge fan. I will take a picture with the guy if I get the chance to. I like Scott the Waz's videos. I don't necessarily feel the need to meet any of these people. If you guys are going to go up and talk to someone, I'm going to join you. Or if, I don't know what's going to happen when I get there. I don't know what I'm going to feel comfortable doing or not. I don't really feel the desire to talk to any of these people, even though I do like their content, but I'm not against going up and saying hi.
Yeah.
And I know that they're not against it either. They want you to.
You're just not gonna fangasm.
Yeah, I'm not. And I might for Chum Lee. And then Charles Martinet is cool.
Oh yeah, that's
because
dope.
it's Mario, of course. Like anybody. Even if you're not like a fucking nerd like us, you'd be like, oh, cool. Or you'd be like, oh, cool, that's the voice of Mario. Soon to be in the Super Mario Brothers movie as various voices.
Everybody but Mario.
I would say let's talk about that, but everyone did, so let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
If you want to say something, go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, normally for these conventions, the problem is I don't go for people.
Yeah.
I normally go for, the Artist Alley or...
Yeah.
Especially if too many games, and I fucking love retro games. So.
There'll be cool shit to look at, and I'm looking forward to that. The people I was excited to meet was you guys.
Yeah. That was kind of the... Because I was going to too many games because, somebody brought it up, and...
Doug is doing a charity thing where you pay him for a selfie, but it's because it's going to charity.
Amen.
And I'll probably donate and get a picture with Doug because it feels like that's like a relic I need. I've made so many fucking references to Nostalgia Critic over the course of this channel. I feel like I need to do that. I feel like it'll be
it'll cleanse the soul.
It'll cleanse the soul. Plus, I haven't finished my Kick Assia video yet, so I can incorporate that.
It'd be great if you guys like, not even this will never happen, but it'd be cool if you guys got like close. He's like, yo, I like your stuff. Let me subscribe. He subscribes.
And then a week later, Kick-Ass comes out.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think we say anything bad in it.
We talk.
We shit on To Boldly Flee a lot, though.
We do shit on To Boldly Flee, which I don't feel bad about at all. We talk about him at the beginning of that video. We talk about the controversy. We talk about like whether we like his content or not. My stance in that video, my stance now is that he didn't handle the controversy well, but I don't think it makes him a monster. I think it makes him incompetent, and he's not working with that many people anymore. He's just working. Yeah. He's just working with those people he has on the Nostalgia Critic, and you know what? Like they seem to like him fine. They seem to all care for one another quite a bit. So, good for them. I'm glad they have something that works. It doesn't make what happened in the past okay, but I mean, they didn't do anything to me. I'm not going to hold it against them too hard.
Yeah,
it was. I can absolutely acknowledge it was a fuck up, and I can absolutely understand why someone who worked with him wouldn't like him anymore.
Yeah,
but it's not really my place to dislike him.
Yeah, I think we've talked about that a lot.
If it was like something like really inhumane, then I would just not talk about him anymore.
Yeah.
Like someone else we did a podcast on podcast.
Yeah. I'm so mad because that was actually a pretty decent podcast.
I'll put it back up eventually. I just didn't want like...
Oh, no, I'm not mad that you took it down.
Oh, I know.
I'm just mad that the situation had to happen. I just like...
I do think it hurts the episode. I do.
It definitely it does because like...
We're talking about Chris Chan, by the way.
Yeah. It does because we talked about like... I don't know. It just puts it in a new light.
It does, and I feel like one of the things that I liked about our episode so much at the time that we made it is that I feel like we weren't hiding, shying away from the facts. Chris Chan has always been a controversial figure, but I feel like we were giving Chris Chan some credit. I feel like even if we weren't, maybe not so much giving credit, but we were being a little nicer, and it just doesn't feel deserved anymore.
No.
And that's part of my problem with it. But to be fair, we're not the only ones like that. Like anyone who's made content about Chris probably has some sort of weird thing on their conscience right now.
Yeah, definitely. Because that was the first thing that I thought was going to go down. The bad thing is that this is just going to be. It's not going to be off the record, but the thing is that sucks is that. When I found out about Chris Chan, my world just collapsed.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, I know that was a hectic week.
Yeah.
You had your stuff going on. I just finished Amori, which fucked me up.
Yeah, that was not a good time.
Yeah. And then I just fucking turned on my phone after already being depressed from playing that game. And I know I'm talking about a fucking video game right now. I can calm the hell down, but still.
Like, the thing is, video games do give like film. If done right, you can have an emotional attachment.
It connected with me it's like the best way I can talk about Amori is it connected to me in a way where it's like I don't necessarily want to be connecting with this, but it's good. You can think. It makes you think about things that maybe you don't want to think about, but it can be good to think about them because you kind of have to overcome your shit,
Yeah.
And it's definitely one that like haunted me, and it's a psychological horror. It did exactly what it was supposed to do, but I'm already that put me in like a really like bad mood for a while, and then I just turn my phone on and read about Christian.
Yeah, yeah. I need to play Amori at some point.
I really like it. I don't know if it's gonna give that reaction to everybody. Weird things do that to me. Synecdoche, New York did that to me. Amori did that to me. I can't think of that many other things that did really do that to me. Dear Zachary did that a little bit, but even that was more of like a one-day sort of deal. Like I was sad for the rest of the day, then I was fine. Amori and Synecdoche, like they haunted me a little bit. Synecdoche being a movie, by the way. Same thing with Dear Zachary. I can't think of a video game that's ever done that to me. I've played video games that I've gotten like really emotionally attached to. The Sigmund Corp series, like To the Moon, Find in Paradise, and most recently Imposter Factory. I got a strong emotional reaction from all three of them.
Deltarune?
Deltarune and Undertale, absolutely. Even just Chapter 2 of Deltarune, even though the game's not finished yet.
That was dope.
I just like those characters so fucking much. I like every single one of them. I like Birdley and Noel, like the two new ones. I like. Yeah, it's just there's so he's fucking Toby Fox is so I don't know if he's the only one who makes the characters, but he's so fucking good at making characters.
I absolutely love Deltarune. It takes me back to Earthbound for me a little bit, obviously, but it's just I don't know. It just takes me back to kind of having that surreal RPG feeling.
The little details I think help it a lot too. I love the fucking parts of the first, like, because there's two maps. One of them is more just like digital age, and the other one's specifically focused on the internet and ads.
Yeah.
But the first one, you have like these little parts where you're walking through, you have to avoid these things, and it's creating a beat as you're doing it, and it's just like such a little thing, but
that was a great way to start it too.
Yeah, it got me so hyped.
It's like, see, Undertale, you feel like the outsider. This one, you feel like you're part of the world. This wacky world, and that's why I like it a little bit more, just a little bit more. Mm-hmm. But like, in Undertale, it's great. All the characters are great, but you're kind of like, a genocide run doesn't sound as crazy in that one because, you could totally dissociate if you want to. Mm-hmm. That's if you're a monster. I've never done it. I've never done a genocide run.
I tried a genocide run. I couldn't even be Undyne. I quit.
Yeah,
I'm glad I quit because it permanently, unless you do like a complete reset on your entire, you erase all of your game files, then it's like permanent.
Yeah.
If you do a pacifist run, you get possessed at the end of it.
Yeah. But like that's the reason why I think that I prefer Deltarune. I haven't replayed Undertale though.
Yeah.
So
I kept saying that the characters in Deltarune were better after I played it. Like I was like, oh, this is so good. This is better than Undertale. I think that the gameplay in Deltarune is better than Undertale. I think they perfected it. Like they got better with it. I think the characters in Undertale are probably just as strong as the ones in Deltarune. Sans and Papyrus are just fucking great characters to have around throughout the whole game. Toriel's so fucking likable. Undyne's and Tristan. The only like two characters in that game that I feel are a little weak. I like them both, but they're a little weak. Is Asgore and Alphys.
Yeah.
Or is Alphys or Alphys?
I think it's Alphys, but I don't know.
Alphys, okay. And I like the character. I like how I like how deep they made the character. I like how bad her struggle is. Like she has something to legitimately feel guilty about in that first game. I don't know. I think playing through it again when it's just like the entire thing's an act, it like takes away a little bit from it, but it's also adds something to it. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. The connection to the character just, I don't know. She didn't connect with me as well as the other ones did, but I like her still. And then Asgore, I like Asgore's a good character, but it's kind of like, okay, he murdered 6 kids and now we're friends. And I like that too because they made him really complex too. It just feels anticlimactic with Asgore.
My problem with him is that we don't get time.
Yeah.
Because he's like, is it fair that I say this shit? Is it too spoilery or?
I guess I'll throw in under like a spoiler warning at this point.
Well, well, technically it's not even a spoiler depending on what you play, but he's near the ending.
Yeah, and I'm fine with what they do with him on the neutral run, honestly. Like where you like,
well, you can't like.
He destroys Mercy, but then you can still find a way to spare him after you defeat him.
Yeah,
and then he gets killed. And after he like, I like that. And then on the pacifist version, it's just like I'm gonna kill you. Toriel comes in, no, he's like okay, and that's it. And then Asgore's done. And that does feel underwhelming.
Yeah.
If that camera dies before we finish this, the rest of it's just going to be audio exclusive.
All right, that's cool.
But I really,
I think the one thing I wanted to bring up about the Undertale podcast now is that is that I love the details, even in Undertale, that. Like, for instance, you can actually lose tutorial.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I love the reaction that she
gives.
It's
like just a split, like, react face, and then it cuts out. That's, like, the most bad you can make me feel for Toriel. I feel more bad for her there than if you murder her.
Yeah.
Because now she's just, like, living alone and has to live with that.
Yeah.
the game gets really fucked up with some of those runs, like some of the neutral ending runs.
Yeah.
Like there's some that imply Alfie's like kills herself.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. The game gets dark, but it's also you can have such a lighthearted run is the thing. That's what makes what makes those dark moments so strong is that you can avoid every single one of them.
Yeah.
But you can also you can have like mostly a lighthearted run, but have one thing that fucks a character up. You get a really upsetting phone call if you get Undyne to be your friend and then you kill someone.
Oh man, I didn't do that.
Yeah, because then Papyrus calls you saying like, still trying to act like your friend, saying Undyne sort of wants to kill you, says that you killed someone, and he's like, that's crazy, right? And he's like, you should probably never come back down here again. And he says like, goodbye, friend. And it's like, oh god, that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, no,
I love the attention to detail though, like just the smallest things.
It's crazy.
Get picked up on like that. Deltarune, it's going for something different, but it found new ways like for the devil, like for like the little devils in the details or just whatever. Because there's like one stupid thing I did in the first chapter when I was replaying it, where it's like there's a room with a bed, and I tapped on every single bed in the room.
Yeah.
And then it says, okay, you've earned the achievement of bed inspector. And it's just like a sarcastic achievement saying like, yeah, you really did just go in this room and tap on every bed to see if something happened. There you go. And then in chapter 2, if you go to a bed, it says, you've inspected the bed. You need to maintain enough bed inspections to maintain this role or something. Like it'll acknowledge that you're the bed inspector still.
So it's like to do that in chapter 3.
Yeah, like that's why these games take so fucking long to like these chapters take so fucking long to come out, because it's not like a linear story. I mean, it's a linear story, but it's like there's so much shit to fuck around with that you won't get.
It's kind of like a point and click, but like better.
Yeah, but like you actually get to have like control it and have more fun. I've never been a big fan of clicking points. I know that some people like them, but they're not my thing.
They're fun if the game is fun.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot that aren't.
Yeah.
You know?
Sometimes it's like you can appreciate how much there is to look at in the game, but it's just like it doesn't feel interactive enough for me, I guess.
Have you played like any of like the Adventure of Monkey Island games or like
No.
Day of the Tentacle? No. Maniac Mansion?
No.
All right, we might have to play one of those one day.
Okay, sounds good.
They're Maniac Mansion and Day of the Tentacle are, sorry about that. That's going to be gross on the audio.
That's good.
Those are done by LucasArts, and they are... the LucasArts ones are really good because there's a lot of interactivity with it. Like, because there's timing, there's timed events within it. It also has a very good sense of humor. Mm-hmm. And that's what makes, like... there's those serious point-and-click games, or then there's, like, the humongous entertainment ones, which are fun, but, you know... But yeah, the ones that are, like, the ones done by Tall Tale are kind of boring, unfortunately. Unless you like them, but I just couldn't. They did a Batman one, they did a Minecraft one, and I just couldn't.
Are you meaning Telltale or
Tall Tale, whatever it is.
Okay.
I don't know the company. I just know they did
Is the Minecraft one on Netflix?
Yeah,
I think that's Telltale.
yeah. That's the only way I think you can play it now too.
Their Borderlands one was kind of cool.
Okay.
Borderland.
I know what you're talking about. Just,
Yeah.
you know. I didn't play that one. I just thought
I didn't finish it, but I liked what I got through, and I liked it too because you could make it, like one thing that it did actually was kind of affected. I like the choices actually matter, and I feel like in a lot of Telltale games, I feel like that it might be an issue some people have with them is the choices don't always matter. With one thing I really liked about
I think
the
that's their
Borderlands
thing
one,
lately is that because like in Minecraft and Batman, it matters.
okay. I think with Borderlands, maybe I haven't played that many of them. Maybe I'm wrong, but in Borderlands, one thing I really liked about the interactivity was just you controlled two characters at different times, and it would switch back and forth though. And the guy character, who you start the game out as, you can make him really friendly, or you can make him a complete ass. And they can have him respond in just the most negative, mean-spirited ways. And it feels like it carries out on his personality even when you're not controlling him at that point. I remember at one point, because I was playing with my brother was in the room with me, and at one point, one of the characters started talking back and like shouting at me. And my brother was like, yeah, nothing like that happened when I played it. Like, because it's just, I made the guy an asshole with an occasional nice act. Like, I was trying to, like, I wasn't just going for every single mean option. I was like, okay, I'm going to make the guy kind of a dickhead, and I'm going to make the girl nicer. And then just occasionally I'd have him do something nice. Occasionally I'd have him do the right thing. To just make him a little more complex. But I really liked that. And I'm so curious to go through it again and just not make him a dick and see what it'd be like, see how much would be different.
So, speaking of that, I have one more question for you, and then you can.
I actually want to say more about Deltarune, but go ahead.
I kind of had something to do with Deltarune. How do you feel about very cinematic video games?
It depends. I mean, if it's a game where it's like mainly just cutscenes, you know, and then you move around a bit. I feel like cutscene interruptions can get annoying. I like them in a lot of games, but especially when I was growing up, I fucking loved the little cutscenes you got in like Sonic games and whatnot. I wanted cutscenes, but now it's like I kind of storytelling in a game. I think there's better ways to go about it than cutscenes. I feel like Deltarune, for example, does do a really good job of blending in the gameplay with the story. It doesn't feel like you're being like disrupted over and over again. And then I don't know, I've tried playing some games that my friends will recommend to me, and it's like they're not bad games, they're fun, but man, a lot of the like cinematic cutscenes, I'm just like, I was having fun playing the game. I liked it when the characters were talking to me as I was controlling it. It's just, I get tired of it.
Yeah, okay.
It's you know, teach their own sort of thing.
Well, I'm just asking because you seem to like movies a lot more. Mm-hmm. And because I know that there's a weird debate on that, you know.
I should say though. Sorry, go ahead.
Like for games like Detroit Become Human, Heavy Rain, you know.
Yeah, I think sometimes it just depends on what the game is, because honestly, Dragon Quest XI has so many fucking cutscenes in it, and I loved that game. And that one does interrupt the gameplay. It does make you watch these big long scenes, but I still really like it.
Because, see, like, I was talking...
And now we are black. It's okay.
Well, I was talking more about, like, games like Heavy Rain or, you know... Like,
I haven't played Heavy Rain, but I know people really like it.
Yeah, it's because there's a lot of, like, super cinematic games that are just, like, practically a movie.
Yeah, I mean, Tales from Borderlands is practically a movie, but the choice has come up frequently enough to where I feel like I'm constantly interacting with it. Plus, I did just like the characters in it.
Okay, so it's more about the interactivity versus the... Because in the games I'm talking about, you interact, of course, but, like, not as much.
Yeah. Oh, I remember... Oh, I thought about something in the Borderlands thing again that it was so funny, where it was just, like... There's this, like, robot character that joins you, and you can do something... What?
Claptrap? No.
I think it's something that was unique to Tales from Borderlands. Like, he was a new character. Continue. But like, my brother was telling me about how, like, oh yeah, I love this character in the second chapter. Like, after you like rescue him or something, he like calls you his master, and he's there to serve you.
Yeah, that's not Claptrap.
And and for me though, I made him self-destruct because I'm making the character an asshole, and the character still. And the character still shows up at the end of chapter 1, but instead of like thanking you, he just shows up and says, "You suck," and that's it. And he's not as like civil towards you. I love that. That's so much that you have to record so many different like alternate takes, like as the characters have different opinions on you now.
Have you played the old Borderlands?
No, I've only played Tales from Borderland. I know I need to play Borderland. Those games
you do not need to. It's if you want to.
I mean, people really like those though, don't they?
Yeah, I love them. It's just
I like Tales from Borderlands. I think I should play the main series games.
If you ever want to, just let me know what console you play it on, or because there's a PC version. And I think that's the best way to play it.
I will say the one thing I actually do dislike about Tales from Borderlands is when it is like gameplay. Like if it lets you walk around the town, that's fine. But there's like this part where it's like a cutscene where you have to like actually avoid stuff, like dodge.
Yeah. Like
these bullets that are coming or hide away from this thing. And I kept fucking it up, but it wasn't fun. It was just annoying. The one thing that is kind of funny though is if you die.
Is it this one?
I think it kind of looks like him.
Okay.
It's been a while though.
Yeah, he's
The Tales from Borderlands, it's like being told like as through like a flashback, like you and the two main characters are being questioned by someone, and it's like a retelling, and then if you die, the person like interrogating you is like, you did not die. And it cuts back.
or is it this thing?
It's definitely not that thing.
Okay, cool.
It might have been the first thing you sent, I can't remember.
How big is it?
I remember it being pretty big.
This thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
That is it.
That's beautiful.
Just comes in, you suck. Deltarune. Everybody really likes that Spamton character.
I like Spamton.
I like him too. Do you get
like
that
his
boss battle only if you do like the genocide stuff, or can you get him regardless?
We can talk about spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Isn't it like Neo Spamton, right? Yeah. You can get him on the pacifist run. You just have to meet up with him, and then he sends you on a side quest, and then you can get it. It's easier though because you have your friends with you.
Mm-hmm. And if you do the genocide route,
You're by yourself. Yeah. So you can get it.
Yeah, I
I
did
believe.
Jevil I tried to beat, and I just got angry and quit.
I have to replay the bosses.
Jevil's really fucking hard. It's very hard for me to dodge the stuff he sends out, and it does a lot of damage, and he takes a long time to pass stuff, like, to spare. Because for him, it's just waiting for him to get bored. And you can use a spell to make him tired, but you need all three of your characters to be available for that.
I actually kind of like the gameplay in Deltarune a lot.
I like it a lot too. Yeah, I think I like it more than Undertale. I think it's something that they perfected. And
I like how that your team allows you to kind of do pacifist stuff though. Like they actually have spells that won't smack the shit out of creatures. Yeah. I also like how smacking the shit out of creatures doesn't matter as much. Like it matters, but like not as much as like.
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole point of this game, in contrast to Undertale, is that your choices don't matter, and you kind of feel that way because no matter what you do, you still get that ending of Chris doing something really creepy in both chapters, and it kind of makes you feel hopeless. Like if you do a genocide run or you do a pacifist run, you get the same conclusion.
So is it like the same Chris, the evil thing from
That was Kara.
Kara, yes.
Yeah.
Is Kara and Chris is that just what it is?
I don't know. It's wearing the same shirt as Kara.
The only reason why I ask is because Chris and Kara and Frisk it's just a name combination, so you can get Chris out of Kara and Frisk.
Yeah, I mean it's possible. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's tons of theories about that online. I haven't looked any of them up.
I haven't because I don't want to spoil myself with the series.
I don't either
because I'm one of those people that like loves an idea so much that watching a video and it not happening could
theories can stress me out if someone says something. I'm like, oh, that could be it. That probably is it. Because, I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, everyone could be wrong. But, like, honestly, how many people do theories nowadays? I feel like somebody's going to... If it's popular enough, somebody's going to guess it, yeah. Somebody's going to guess it, so it's good. Like, theory videos have almost become, like, spoilers. I think theory videos are cool if they're being done on something that is already complete and left some stuff ambiguous. If it's, like a show that's still coming out, or it's, like... Or it's like a game, or in a rare case like Deltarune, it's a game that's coming out in pieces. Then I kind of want to avoid it because I kind of just want to sit down and enjoy it and not.
I like theories.
Speculate.
I do like theories. For because I'm a huge Dragon Quest fan.
Yeah.
I like some of the theories. Those are wrong. Like some theories were day one. People were like, "Oh, it's connected to the first game."
I do not like some of the theories about Act 3 of 11.
I have not watched those. I try to avoid Act 3 if I can.
It's just the idea that the universe that you leave behind in Act 3 is like completely fucked, and it's just like, I mean, I fucking hate Act 3. I want to like it. The gameplay's fun still, but I hate the story. I think the writing is so bad.
I actually think that I'm very happy that one of the theories was wrong about Dragon Quest, actually.
What's the theory?
You are the Dragon Lord, which only makes sense if you play Dragon Quest 1. Mm-hmm. He shares a color scheme of the villain of Dragon Quest 1. Mm. So when the game first came out and they're like, it's connected to 1, a lot of people were like, oh, he's the villain. Because, the story even kind of plays you up as, not a bad guy, but, there's, it kind of makes the villains a little justified if that was it. Mm. It's not, but,
Yeah.
It was, I'm happy that that theory wasn't right, because that'd be a little too coincidental. But,
I hear you.
I mean, technically 11... If you play Dragon Quest, there is kind of some connections to every game. Mm-hmm. But, But I'm not going to sit here and tell you the Dragon Quest lore of every game.
Well,
so
I think we need to get on the road soon.
We definitely do. So is it cool if we start wrapping this one up?
Yeah, let's wrap this one up. Well, this has been fun, man.
Yeah.
We might do another one with... Like I said before, maybe we'll do a Stuart and Austin.
I would so love it, but I don't know if they'd be down. So.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like...
I don't want to force them into it.
Yeah. I feel like we could get them to do it. It's just like if they'd rather just come over and hang out, let's just do that. We'll ask Stuart how he feels about it on the drive, though. And yeah, if not, we'll have our little vlog.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for listening. Chris, do you want to plug anything?
Shit. What was it? What was I on Stupid Smash Bros. Last time I was here? Is that what that was?
Yeah, you were still doing that.
Well, not anymore. We do Smash Pack now because of many reasons. So, yeah.
Link to that channel, and that'll be what you're, credited as.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Did you give him your number?
Yes.
Why is Stuart angry?